Opening breath, finding your feet. And I invite you to place a hand on your belly and a hand on your heart. Making contact and feeling the pressure and weight of your own hand on your body. Breathing and expanding your belly and your chest. Making contact. So today we'll be cultivating a very specific attitude and way of approaching and cultivating attention. So attitude and attention. First, by making the contact so there's some awareness of you, not just looking outside and scanning the environment visually, but perhaps even lowering your gaze or closing your eyes and beginning to make contact and to be aware of you. Today, in this moment, how am I? Maybe scanning your body, noticing sensations, if they're quiet and more subtle or perhaps more pronounced. Noticing where you are emotionally, identifying a little bit more with a still lake, with a smooth surface, or if there's any churning and action, motion. Sometimes our emotions can be charged. Just noticing where you are emotionally today. Smooth, churning, or perhaps another word. And just noticing spiritually if you're used to making this contact or if this is quite new. Just to check and feel and give yourself a few moments to be without doing anything. So if your eyes are not closed, I'll encourage and invite you to not just close your eyes, but soften your eyes, soften your gaze. Even if eyes are closed, just softening around the eyes, softening the tongue. Noticing how hard you might be pressing on your chest or belly. And now just softening overall. Keeping your alignment in your spine, but softening your breath and softening your approach. And softening and opening to whatever experience you might be having. Whatever feelings, sensations. And today we're noticing our ability to just be. How much of an effort and how much can you take up this invitation of space? It's time and space that is not filled up. Not filled up with thoughts and actions and lists, activities, commitments. Seeing if you can settle into some space with you and how you feel and in your body, some space for you to be. We'll sit here for a few breaths. And if you're listening to this meditation later, you can always pause the recording to see if you can sit for 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, just noticing, allowing, and expanding. We'll be here for a little bit less long today for our group. But give yourself a few moments to notice with an attitude of welcome, friendliness. And we'll sit in silence for a few breaths. As you sit, just noticing if you're able to just have space, noticing if your mind goes someplace or you can't stay, practicing, just allowing some space for you. And sometimes a few seconds or 15 seconds or 30 seconds is what we can manage today. Practicing and cultivating peace, some gentle, loving self-awareness. Seeing if you can stay in your body, in your breath. And we'll be here for a few more breaths. And beginning to deepen your breath, you can wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, and just notice what that was like for you. If it was hard to just sit there and just be with what you're noticing in your internal landscape. And I'm just going to invite everyone to, if you're able to, raise your arms overhead. Sometimes that just elicits a yawn and a little stretch, and just stretch in any way would feel good for your body. Might be a twist. And then as you're moving and stretching, just make sure you look out the sides of your eyes. It's not just a tunnel vision, which is often our sympathetic eye gaze. It might be looking to the left and looking to the right. And noticing if you hold your head with any stiffness, just holding it still and just allowing your head to just have a little movement. And just breathing helps us exit a sympathetic state into a rest and digest, a learning, connecting, and community state, which is socially engaged, where we actually feel safe and feel that we can welcome ourselves as we are without having to be something. Thank you for joining the opening meditation today. And for those of you that are here in person, thank you for being here. And thank you for listening.